first, the Colorado connection to the Orlando gunman. His former wife now lives in Boulder, and tonight she says he was abusive and unstable. Denver 7 Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kovaleski was the first local reporter to interview her and spent an hour with her inside her Boulder home.
Molly, Satori Yousefi has not seen her former husband in nearly 8 years. We, as you said, spent more than an hour inside her home talking to her about exactly what happened today. She said he was unstable, but she was never able to think that he was capable of the country's largest mass shooting in history.
I was shocked. I started crying because of the people.
Satori Yousefi learned about her ex-husband's actions early Sunday morning, a call from her father in New York.
The reason why, more than anything, I even decided to share my story is because of my sympathy for the families and loved ones of the people that have lost their loved ones in this situation and in all others.
In her first interview with the Colorado news team, she told us she met her former husband about 8 years ago on MySpace, a somewhat arranged marriage consistent with her Muslim culture that lasted only 3 to 4 months.
He'd be perfectly normal and happy, joking, laughing 1 minute, and then next minute his temper, and he'd be like, his body would just totally opposite, you know, angered and emotional and violent.
She says she ended the marriage with the help of her father because her ex-husband was physically and verbally abusive.
After being abused and after trying to, even through that, see the good in him, I can just honestly say that this was a sick person. This was a sick person that was really confused.
She also told us her ex-husband never showed any signs he supported Islamic terrorism, but she does remember he was not tolerant of homosexuality.
Islamic culture, it is really not tolerated. There was definitely moments that he would express his intolerance to homosexuals.
Before talking with Denver 7, she spent nearly an hour answering questions from 2 Denver-based FBI agents. She told us her most important message is to families victimized by her ex-husband.
I want them to know that I'm deeply sorry that this happened, and I pray as much as I can for the souls to be in peace, for the families to heal.
Yousefi is now engaged to be married. Now, this is interesting. She credits her father for saving her life and helping her get out of that marriage with Omar Mateen. She also told us the only good thing that came out of today is the fact that her ex-husband can no longer harm anyone. Molly?
Tony, you spent more than an hour in the home of the gunman's ex-wife. So what was your biggest takeaway from the interview?
I think there's a couple, Molly. One, the courage she had to sit in front of the cameras for more than a half hour and answer our questions. And the second thing is she really thought that this chapter in her life was forever closed until that phone call from her dad this morning telling her about the shooting in Orlando.
Very brave. All right. Thank you so much, Tony.